Our next guest needs no introduction. Maybe he does. He's here live and exclusive to reveal there's more to our morning show, mate, than meets the eye.
After 40 years in the business, he is sharing stories of his childhood, the wild world of TV, and just how far being nice to everyone will get you.
Welcome to our very first show.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Kicking off 2013.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning show. Welcome and thanks for joining us on the morning show. Welcome to the morning show, everybody. Ahead for you this morning.
When he's not brightening up the day on the morning show, he's winding us down weeknights on The Chase Australia.
And been up on stage on a bit of a drag show, so that was fun.
Well, hang on. If you think I'm letting you off lightly on that one.
But behind his humour, wit and warmth is a bloke who grew up as a boy in Bondi swapping surfing breaks for breaking news.
Some local councils have already introduced a scheme which allows pedestrians and cyclists to share the footpath.
In a career spanning 4 decades, Larry Emder's done it all. From the news desk to the couch and, of course, the game shows.
Is that sort of shift work or is that in there?
Lots of work.
No, I said shit.
And that's it.
Oh, yeah.
With 15 years on the morning show under his belt, it's time to turn the spotlight on Larry, with the popular presenter writing a memoir which will leave you happy as.
And the man himself is here to tell us about it. Larry Emder, come on down.
Oh, gosh, thank you very much. What about the voice of the young reporter? There it is tonight. Horrible.
40 years in television, your dad said, be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
How hard has that been?
Well, it's really hard sometimes, Koshy. But it's generally it was a nice way of getting through life, you know. And it was long before I came into this studio. It was just growing up. That was just a thing that he always said, and it's always something that my sisters and I sort of took with us. Yep. So coming into the business, it wasn't a difficult thing to hang on to.
Right.
Did you always succeed?
No. No, we're in television, but, you know, that's just fake it till you make it. You know that.
What was it like writing a memoir like this, going back, the good and the bad?
It was interesting because I'm not a good writer. I was out of school very early, terrible with writing and reading and punctuation and everything. But to sit down and tell the stories, I had a bunch of stories I wanted to write, but as sort of TV stories, the bloopers and the blunders of TV. But as I sat down to write, I hit some of the old nostalgic stuff. And then I put up some photos on social media, which is a new thing the kids are using nowadays. And they're the things that people engage with. So I thought there's some stuff here to be done with nostalgia and looking back to happier days. Yep. You know, we've had such a grim few years that I thought there were some stories I wanted to tell.
So when you're going through a book like this, how hard is it to work out what you leave out?
Well, the stuff you leave out are the things that the Channel 7 lawyers would focus on.
No, seriously.
Or the Channel 9.
Was there anything that you had to leave out that you weren't allowed to put in?
No, nothing like that. There's lots I've left for the next book. But there are stories that are easier to tell when you're not employed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. But also it's a book. Like, everyone sees you on TV and goes, oh, what a great life you have. Nothing goes wrong. But you also cover some really serious issues in here as well.
Well, lots has gone wrong. Lots and lots. I'm the most axed man in TV. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah. Having been around for so long, but working on so many different shows. So the career itself has been a roller coaster of sorts. But the stuff you're talking about is with my dad, for instance, and that was really difficult stuff for me to write. You know, there are chapters in there that took me a month. There are some that took me a few hours, and some that I'd cry, I'd walk away from. The dad ones particularly back and forth with. And then I was sitting there writing them going, does anyone care? Does this mean anything to anyone? But they're stories that I wanted to tell.
Yep.
You also took the opportunity to set a few facts straight, from dying twice, according to Wikipedia. Tell us a few of those sort of things.
Well, I have... and this is great stuff, right? I've died twice on Wikipedia, but I'm okay. I'm okay. There was one time after a 3-day drug binge in a sex den on Oxford Street. That's where I was found. So that didn't happen, and there's a couple of other stories like that in there. But
it's happened to other people.
It's that's right. I've changed the names to protect the innocent. Don't worry, Koshy, your secret's safe with me.
You talk about white good-inspired lust as well.
Yeah, that's going back to the game show stuff. Well, that's where people say they love you because they're about to win a microwave oven or a PS bike. So that's what people will do when they want to jump all over you and dry hump you and lick you from top to bottom just because they... So I've got people all the time back in the day yelling, "We love you, Larry, I love you." I'm like, no, you don't. You just want to win a fridge. White good-inspired lust.
Was it hard to remember some of the things?
You know, a lot of the TV stories I've been telling for a while, you know, their stories top of mind, but I got an old box of photos from Mum's house up in the garage, and I just started to flick through those and remember those good old days. And the opening chapter is about standing at the kiddies pool at North Bondi, which is a famous pool, and looking over that and seeing a mum and dad, they were both on their phones, the kids sitting there on their devices, and I remember looking down, that's where we used to sit, but we used to have the best time as families.
Yep.
You know, times were different.
Yeah.
They were fun times. They were really simple times. There wasn't a lot of money around, but they were just happy family days. So that's where a lot of the stories come from, just this old box of photos, really.
Are you going to go on a sort of Larry Emder to celebrate?
Yes. This is what my kids are proudest of. You can tell. You're going to tell that story.
No, you do it.
So you know how we'd say Reg Grundy's for undies or something.
Yeah.
My kids called me up and said, "Dad, you're not going to believe it. People are saying when they're going out on a bender that they're going out on a Larry Emder." So, of all the things I've ever done in my career, my kids have never seen me on TV, but they're so proud that when they go out and they're at 4 o'clock in the morning getting a kebab, that it's a great Larry Emder.
That is when you made it.
You made it.
Exactly.
All right. It's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you,
on the
guys.
book.
Thank you.
Larry's memoir, Happy As, is out Wednesday. Of course, Father's Day fast approaching. It'll be a great Father's Day present.
Perfect.
Is that really coming up? Father's Day coming up?
Yeah,
How interesting.
Usually people skip over it, but yeah, get him a book.
Never. Yeah, don't think that was planned at all. Well done.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.